In today's episode, we'll show you how to do a combined manicure and an e-file manicure. We'll discuss the differences between them and explain who they are best for.
Hi, my name is Connie, and this is a channel dedicated to the art of nail styling. Today, we'll have a bit of a battle, an e-file manicure versus a combined manicure. Which should you choose? Check them both out and let us know what you think about them.
Products and tools we'll use in today's episode are cuticle bits number 1, 7, 9, 11 and 14. We'll also need mineral base in sophisticated, gel polish in mud bath, and tip-top top coat. In addition, 100 to 180 grit file, metal cuticle pusher, wipe-off cleaner, cleaner number 1, and master nail art 006 brush.
Does a combined manicure, as the name suggests, require a lot of combined work? That's right. In order to do a combined manicure well, we need to use several e-file bits and nail scissors. We need to thoroughly cut out all of the cuticles. All of this is so that we can place the polish deeper and achieve an Insta-worthy effect, as if the nail polish is growing out from underneath the cuticles. On the plus side, such nails will last longer because they won't get a visible outgrowth so soon. They'll be more visually appealing, but that, of course, depends on how quickly our clients' nails grow. On the minus side, we have to be very, very careful because we are working with extremely sharp tools in a very delicate area.
We've already prepped the natural plate, removed the previous styling and shortened the free edge. We use the metal cuticle pusher to gently push back the epithelium. Using the cuticle bit number 9 at 15,000 RPM, we work on the cuticles, removing any residue from the nail plate. We hold the bit flat without pressing down onto the plate. Using a push-sweep motion, we lift the epithelium to a 90-degree angle. We reach for cuticle bit number 1 and set it to the speed of 15,000 RPM. We work using 1/3 of the bit's length at a 45-degree angle. We start in the middle of the nail, directing the bit to the right. We push the nail fold up gently, change the rotation direction, and do the same thing on the other side. We'll remove the cuticles using scissors number 4. Holding the tool at a 90-degree angle, we try to remove the entire cuticle with one single move. Using our cuticle bit number 11 at 15,000 RPM, we deepen the space between the nail fold and the nail. We start in the middle of the nail, directing the bit to the right. We push the nail fold up gently, change the rotation direction, and do the same thing on the other side. We smooth the nail folds using our cuticle bit number 7 at 8,000 RPM. We don't touch the nail plate to avoid damaging it. We work only on the surface of the skin, moving from right to left.
When it comes to e-file manicures, it's a technique that doesn't require any sharp tools. We remove the cuticles using e-file bits only. So, no scissors, no nippers, we don't cut, only polish.
We use the cuticle bit number 9 at a speed of 15,000 RPM, using a sweep push motion to get rid of the cuticle residue and lift up the epithelium. We hold the bit flat without pressing it down too hard towards the nail plate. We work from left to right. Then, using cuticle bit number 1 set to 15,000 RPM, we lift up the nail fold starting from the middle of the nail. We create the so-called pocket. We change the direction of the e-file and work on the other side in the same way. We dust off the nail using a soft brush. Then we turn the client's hand and lift the nail fold. Using cuticle bit number 14, we remove the cuticles. We don't touch the nail plate with the bit to avoid damaging it. We work from right to left. If you can't remove all of the cuticles, change the direction of the e-file rotation and try to remove it from the other side.
If, once we finish the manicure, we notice a loose bit of a cuticle left behind, what do? We go back to the previous steps.
We dehydrate the natural plate with a pad soaked in cleaner number 1 and apply acid-free primer to the entire surface. We move on to evening out the free edge of the nail, which in the case of our client is damaged. We use a base coat in sophisticated to create an overlay where the nail is missing. We remove any excess product from the nail fold using a cuticle pusher, then cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. We wipe the nail with a pad soaked in wipe-off cleaner, then even out the overlaid surface with a 100 to 180 grit file. We file just the base coat without touching the nail. We wipe the nail again with a pad soaked in cleaner number 1 and apply acid-free primer. We cover the entire nail plate with a thin layer of the sophisticated mineral base and cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. Then we overlay the nail slightly. We place a small ball of the base in the middle of the natural plate, push it towards the cuticles and spread down towards the free edge. We turn the hand upside down to allow the base to level out a little. We even out the light line with the Master Nail Art 006 brush, then cure in the lamp for 30 seconds.
For the purpose of this episode, we're not going to show you the entire design on camera. We're simply showing you the difference between the two manicures. Just to make it easier, time to apply the colour. The first nail we'll cover is the e-file manicured one, done without the use of any sharp tools.
We cover the nail with 2 layers of gel polish in mud bath. We apply the first thin layer, remembering to secure the free edge. We push the brush as close as possible up towards the cuticles, pull the nail wall back and using a thin brush fill the gap with colour. Then we cure the nail in the lamp for 30 seconds.
When it comes to an e-file manicure, we won't be able to apply the colour all the way under the cuticles because we haven't opened the pocket under the nail wall. This is the main difference in the final effect.
We paint the second layer to increase the coverage and cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. We secure the nail with tip-top top coat. To even out the light line, we add a little bit of the top coat in the middle of the nail plate and distribute it with the Master Nail Art 006 brush. Then cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. To finish off, we even out the free edge gently, holding the file at a slight angle.
And the satisfying moment has finally come, to push the colour under the cuticles. In other words, it's time to cover the combined manicure with colour and achieve that Insta-worthy look.
Before applying the colour, we push the cuticles back with a cuticle pusher and gently lift up the nail fold. We apply the first layer of colour and using a thin brush, drive it as deep as possible under the cuticles to achieve the effect of the polish coming out from underneath the skin. We cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. We paint the second layer only up to the cuticles, then cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. We cover the entire nail in tip-top top coat and using a thin brush even out the light line, then cure again for 30 seconds. Ta-da! At first glance, both nails look the same. We did the nail on the right with the combined method and the one on the left using an e-file, without any sharp tools. In both cases, the colour is placed very close to the cuticles. The difference will be visible only once the nails start to grow. If we pull the nail wall back on the combined manicure, we can't see exactly where the colour ends, whilst on the e-file manicure we can see exactly the edge of the colour. This means that the combined manicure will last longer without showing any growth.
It's really worth knowing both techniques. It's even better to be versed in both of them. Remember that the type of manicure we choose has to be matched the cuticles of our client. So if we have a client with delicate cuticles, we won't do a combined manicure, but opt for the e-file one instead. And this brings us to the end of the episode. Let us know in the comments below which type of manicure is more common in your salon. Remember, we're here next Wednesday. Goodbye and see you soon.